Welcome to this video on the anatomy of an archetype, focusing on the cultural phenomenon known as the gray. The gray is a universal specimen defined by specific features. It is typically diminutive, around 4 feet tall, with a frail musculoskeletal frame and a massively enlarged cranium. Facial features include a minimal slit mouth and negligible nose. The gray archetype is a result of decades of cultural convergence, starting with speculative fiction in 1893. Key influences include early sci-fi, the 1947 Roswell incident, in television shows like The Outer Limits. The Betty and Barney Hill abduction in 1961 was a critical catalyst. Their recalled experiences under hypnosis permanently fused the physical description of the gray, with narratives of forced medical exams, telepathy, and missing time. The gray's anatomy can be interpreted as biological engineering for interstellar travel. Features include maximized cranial volume for neural processing, hyperoxygenated blood to minimize atmospheric dependency, and muscular atrophy due to sustained zero gravity. This archetype aligns with the evolutionary trajectory of neoteny, which is the retention of juvenile physical features into adulthood. The gray represents an extreme of this domestication syndrome, prioritizing cerebral dominance. A diagnostic comparison highlights the differences between Homo sapiens and the zeta reticulan archetype, showing adaptations for gravity, metabolic efficiency, and cognitive resource allocation, optimized for spacefaring isolation. The psychological terror of the gray is explained by the Uncanny Valley hypothesis. It registers not as a foreign species, but as a terrifyingly incorrect human, falling into the deepest valley of revulsion and dread. The cognitive anatomy of dread is driven by mortality salience and pathogen avoidance. The pale, translucent skin mimics the pallor of a corpse, and the anomalous features trigger an immediate disgust response, suggesting a genetically defective or diseased human. The gray archetype is not merely an invader from the stars. It is a mirror, synthesizing our deepest psychological anxieties, the chilling logic of our own evolutionary trajectory, and the cold biological destiny of a species engineering itself for the void.